Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Abigail and I make videos about special needs and health issues and feeding tubes. I'm on a GJ tube. J for feedings, that goes to my intestines, and then G goes to my stomach. That one's just a vent. I have gastroparesis, which is where my stomach is partially paralyzed, and I also have a lot of health issues from a birth defect I was born with. So anyways, I wanted to talk about what happened to me today, my point of view of it, and what we did. So, here a while back, I got a GJ tube, and it's Sunday. So Sunday is a church day for us, and I know how to work my feeding tube enough that I can go early with my dad because he's also a singer and be fine. Because my mom and my little brother go later than we do. So I set my alarm for I think it was 2 hours before time to go. There's a few things every day that's really important to me to do. And one is make my coffee, because I normally make my coffee here because the coffee at the church, they use a different brand and I don't like the brand they use. But I normally make my coffee here, do my prayer time, make sure that the clothes that I set out is going to work with my feeding tube because I'm on a 24-hour feed. So I gotta make sure that I could reach my tubes at all times. And also when I'm leaving the house, I gotta make sure that I have formula in my bag, a syringe, and just certain things I need. So I need some time to, extra time to get ready. So, like I said, this morning I woke up 2 minutes before my alarm went off. And it was one of those mornings where you feel like your alarm isn't going to go off. So I was thinking, did I really set it, And it's 2 minutes before your alarm goes off. So I went ahead and turned it off. And I sit up in bed. And I realized that something feels off. Something isn't right. And I've dealt with some swelling and stuff after surgery, so I thought, oh, it's probably maybe I'm a little bit swollen this morning or more sore. But I sit up kind of like I am now, and I look down at my stomach to see what's going on, and the white part that goes around my stomach area was out, and the balloon that's inside of the tube, it was blown up like it's supposed to be. It was holding water, but it was halfway out of my stomach. And I'm like, this isn't good. And so I turned the machine off. And also, not only is my machine on because I was doing night feeds, but I had to unhook myself from the machine. And let me back up a little bit, because Saturday night we had a youth night. And that night I was having a lot of stomach discomfort, stomach pain. But I didn't think much of it because I'm still healing from surgery and it's a long healing process. And I just thought, well, maybe I just needed to, be around people but not overdo it type of thing, because they were just playing games and stuff. So it wasn't a big deal to go. And so I was having just a lot of stomach pain, and I just thought, oh, that's probably part of healing from surgery. But I think what had happened was, I think yesterday the tube inside my stomach, my J tube that goes to my intestines, moved a little bit. And it wasn't to the point to be so concerning that we were seeing it move. But I think that's what happened, because I was in pretty discomfort pain yesterday. But then this morning I woke up, and not only does the part that is supposed to be on my skin out, but like half of the balloon part was out. And so I wake my mom up, and I'm like, hey, something's not right here. We throw a bag together with my feeding pump, basically everything I would need if I was to get my buttons, like, right then. But here's the thing. The hospital we have to go to get that done is not close to where we live. So it's basically going out of town for us. And, we found out after that we didn't pack an extra bag. We didn't have a bag with us, so I could not hook up to my feeds anyway. Which I didn't. The only water I drank this morning was enough for a pill, one of my morning meds, just in case they were to rush me to surgery, but they didn't actually. We got to the hospital, they looked at it, they're like, hey, we can place it back, and it was like they took an x-ray of it, and looked, and they were like, okay, 3, 2, 1, we're gonna push it back in, and they did, and it hurt so bad, and then they took another x-ray of it for, like, proof that it was in the right spot, and it was. If it was the G-tube, which goes to just my stomach, it would be able to be replaced in a general hospital, but the J-tube, because of, like, how your intestines are shaped and stuff, it's a little bit harder to get it in the right spot. So we had to go to like a more advanced hospital to get that done. But it was under like radiology, I think. And anyways, I got that put back in, and I go on Friday to get my buttons placed, as long as they have my size. I think they're gonna call us on like Thursday, maybe. Wait, no. What day do I get my buttons? I'm thinking it's Friday that I get my buttons. But anyway, it put so much pressure on my stomach. It hurt so bad. I'm still in pain from it. After we left there, we had to stop by the gas station to get some gas. And so I got some Skittles because I can eat Skittles. And then we stopped by Starbucks because I can have iced coffee. That's one thing that will stay down. Or it will actually go through my tube instead of me actually getting sick. So we stopped by Starbucks and got a drink. But after I got home, we rested a little bit, and then I went back to town with my little brother to go get a snow cone because that sounded good. And then when we got back home from that, I've kind of been just trying to lay around as much as possible and not do too much. I'm hoping that it will feel a lot better tomorrow. But I'm a little bit nervous about getting the buttons because for the button surgery, they will be putting me under anesthesia. And just anytime you go under, it's scary. I know that it's not a big procedure, but with my insides being different because of my birth defect, it is kind of scary. So anyways, I spent time in the hospital instead of church. But people have been really supportive. A lady in our church, I texted her and I was like, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it to sing because I got to go to the emergency room. And she like messaged me like right before church and was like, hey, we're praying, are you okay? And after they got done singing, or like, do you have an update? So she like talked to me through text, which was really, really sweet for her to do. And I think they had like the church pray for me, and it was really sweet to know that like our church people, like the main thing was that I was okay. I I still really wanted to go to church, but like I was also in like really bad pain, and I told my mom, I said, I'm really glad that it happened when it did, because literally when it happened, it was not too long before my dad got home from the gym, and like I'm really glad that it happened when it did, because I needed to go out of town to get it, you know, put back in better. And if I would have like ignored it, then it could have gotten to the point of completely falling out, and if that had happened, I would have to completely get it replaced. And because I'm a singer at church, it would be really bad for it to completely come out on the platform and scare the whole congregation. So, I mean, not that it's a fun situation that I had to have it forced back into my intestines, but at the same time, I'm really glad that it happened when I was at home. And by the way, it didn't come all the way out. It came like some of the way out. It was enough where you could see the balloon, which is kind of creepy. But I'm gonna put a picture in the, what is it called? The picture that you post for your YouTube video. I'm not sure what that's called. But anyways, I'm gonna post a picture of me in the hospital so y'all can see. But anyways, I'm just really thankful that it wasn't worse, because there's so many things that could have made it worse. Like I mean, if it happened when I was on the platform, that would have been awful, because then it would have been probably harder for me to get up there to the hospital. And if it comes all the way out and your stoma starts to close, then I think that's another surgery. So I'm just really thankful that it got caught in time to not have to have another surgery. So anyways, that's my crazy story for today. Thank you for the prayers, the support, the kind words that y'all post. It really means a lot. Going through health issues is a lot, but being able to talk about it has really helped. So I appreciate y'all let me be open and talk to y'all about what I'm going through, because it really does help. I'll let y'all know what happens after I get the buttons. It might be on the community tab instead of a video. I'm not planning on filming the day I get the buttons, because I am focusing on resting and I may be very sore. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, everyone.